with some questions, and hopefully they can give you some advice. But before then, I want to introduce you to Mr. Nate Barger, our, wait, what's your official title?
College and career counselor.
Yes. He's going to talk to you a little bit about why it's great to take fine arts classes, which we love. Thank you so much for being here.
Do I need to stand up or am I good here? Well, hey, all. I just wanted to come real quick to reinforce what you're going to hear from the panel. I haven't been actively involved with all of the panelists' college searches, but I do know from observations that without fine arts, whether it's performing arts or visual arts or whatever it might be, many of the folks up here would not be the same college applicants without that, whether you're planning on majoring in a performing art or whatever it might be. So my overall message is that sometimes there is an apprehension, an avergence to taking courses within the fine arts curriculum because you feel like that you need to take AP this or dual credit this because that's going to look better to a college, okay? While those courses certainly have their role in how a college may evaluate you, please understand that what you're passionate about, what makes you tick, you know, if you do go on to obviously major in a visual art or performing art, they're going to want to see that information. But overall, my message is understand that no matter what your interest is in terms of what you might do when you leave Carmel, if you are passionate about the things in the arts, no matter what aspect of fine arts you're looking into, it may actually help and likely will help your application more because you're showing that something you're passionate about. The other thing is at some point you're going to have to write about yourself and write about your passions. Those opportunities come out of these classes and the experiences that you will have in the fine arts curriculum. And I'm guessing, looking at this panel here today, you are going to touch on those things and how that has impacted you. I just wanted to be here to help reinforce that because course registration is coming up. Keep that in mind and make sure you take that opportunity to really explore your passions because that's what high school is about. High school is giving you that opportunity, that space to explore things you might like, things you don't like, things you're good at. It's your opportunity to become you. So that's what I had to say. I didn't because I was a surprise guest. I didn't leave room for questions, but I know this group will handle it. So I'll hand it back over to Ms. Hawk.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. So thanks so much, Mr. Barger. Okay, so we're going to kick it off with our extremely awesome panel here. So obviously they're all seniors and all taking a various array of fine arts classes. So the first thing we're going to do is go around and ask you, we'll pass the mic, we'll play pass the mic. We're going to ask you to say your name, what fine arts classes you've previously taken at Carmel, and then do you think we can add in what productions you're what things you're currently a part of? Can we can we multitask that?
Yes.
All right, and so talk loud and clear into the mic and so they can hear you.
I'm Lucy Leung, and currently I'm taking string ensemble.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Hi, I'm Nora Jung, and I'm representing the theater, drama, stagecraft department. And right now I'm in street scenes, and we're also getting ready to start our spring musical Sister Act.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I've taken both stagecraft classes and intro to art, and I'm currently part of yearbook as yearbook editor, and I am getting ready for crew again for street scenes and the musical.
Our passing is weird. Okay, we got to work on our passing.
My name's Hannah Livingston. I've taken photography, graphic design, intro to art, and stagecraft, and I'm here to represent photography, and I hope you like it.
My name is Ava Grasso. I have been in marching band, wind ensemble, jazz combo, cadence band, and liturgical band. I'm currently in all of the same ones, and then plus street scenes and the musical.
Hi, my name is Claire Medina. I'm representing the choir department. I've been in treble and advanced choir, cadence, Parkway, street scenes theater. I'm currently doing liturgical choir, and we're working on our cadence showcase, and we're also doing street scenes and the spring musical.
Hi, I'm Sophia
Nice and loud
Rizzo.
so they can hear.
I'm representing graphic design, so I've taken graphic design 1 and 2, currently taking graphic design 3. I've also taken beginning through advanced dance. I'm currently involved in the Street Scene Student Show and Orcus's dance company.
My name is Emma Roberts, and I'm representing dance. I've taken intermediate Dance 1 honors my sophomore year, and then I've taken advanced dance twice. And I was also a dance leader for beginning dance last semester, and I'm a part of Orcus's dance company, which is an after-school honors class.
Hi, I'm Maddie Ledesma. I'm representing the art department. I've taken Intro to Art, Drawing and Painting, and I'm currently taking AP Studio Art. I've also taken Concert Band and Wind Ensemble, and currently I'm a part of Parkway and Liturgical Choir.
Awesome. All right, thanks. So you three and Emma, like when you talk, we're going to ask you to stand just so that you can be seen, okay? So let's talk a little bit about like how has it been being in multiple classes in your content area? And you don't all have to answer this, but maybe a few of you have some feelings about this. Like, do you feel like you're learning something new every class? Do you feel, or every like level? Things like that. And you can totally add your own thoughts. Does anybody feel like taking this? Over to Claire.
Okay, so I have been involved in choir class every semester of high school, and I've also been involved in like cadence and theater. It's been really cool because Mrs. Hawk has taught me a lot about sight reading and how to use my voice, but I've also learned how to like dance and like street scenes and cadence. So yeah, every class, every course offers different things based on your skill set, and yeah.
Great. Ava, go ahead and stand up. Yeah, if you don't mind. Sorry.
So being in a lot of classes definitely makes you like a lot busier, but I feel like it also makes the days like more fun because I have jazz in the morning and then I have band at the end of the day and then I have things on weekends, and like it's not an overwhelming amount of like responsibility, but it does make everything like more fun. So, yeah.
Does anybody else want to take that question? Go ahead. Go ahead, Sophia, and then we'll pass it to Nora, and then we'll move on.
Okay, so starting with graphic design 1 and building your skills up to graphic design 3 and taking all of those classes, you definitely get to build a lot of skills over that time, going into it with not really knowing much about graphic design and not knowing how to use the Adobe software, and then up to graphic design 3, I feel more confident in it, and every time I take the class I learn something new. That's preparing me for my career in the future.
That's awesome. Great. Nora.
I have been involved, similar to Claire, I've been involved in drama classes every year of high school, and I'm also involved in cadence and street scenes and liturgical choir, and I was also in Parkway. And being in a lot of different, like Claire was saying, being in a lot of different classes just makes you, and Ava was saying, makes you busy, and it makes it a lot of fun. But you also get to learn so many different skills. Like you learn to dance and act. And with the thing about having drama every semester of high school is that it's super collaborative. So you get to meet new people and learn things from other people and make really strong connections with your classmates, which I think is really important. So.
Great. Thank you. Okay. So what benefits do you see for fine arts? And this is not a question that I'm just saying like, oh, you're going to be a dance major, or it can be to any of you. Like what benefits of taking fine arts have you seen like in your college process as you're getting ready? And it like kind of goes back a little bit to what Mr. Barger was saying as well. Like, do you feel like when you were doing applications that made applications easier? Like how does that feel? How has that been working?
I feel like when you're applying to colleges and you've had like leadership positions in like stuff that you've been a part of, it's really like convenient to put it on because you've worked hard enough to be able to say that you've like worked as a leader, I guess. And I think that's really easy to put it on for positions and like work positions as well for like the future and everything.
Great. Anybody else want? Emma, go ahead and pass it down.
So for me, taking like dance classes at Carmel has shown me that I like truly need like a creative outlet. So I kind of discounted that when I was first looking into my like college application process and thinking that I maybe wouldn't incorporate dance into like my college experience. But taking classes has shown me that I definitely can handle that, and that it's really beneficial to have that artistic expression in whatever you do.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah, taking a lot of fine arts classes like Nora and Ava and a lot of other people said, it is very busy, but it also helps you discover who you are as a person. And even if you're not looking for a career in the fine arts, you might take a class that like dance or choir or art, and you're just like, oh, I don't know if I'll like this, but I'm just going to take it because I need a fine arts credit. But even if you do take it just to fulfill that credit, you can really find who you are by taking these classes, because you can realize like that you might like certain things like dancing or singing.
That's awesome. Go ahead. And then,
So I'm new here this year, and I'm involved in string ensemble. For me, we are a supportive and fun environment. We have violin, viola, cello, and bass, and we all learn how to connect with each other. And we usually meet like before school meeting, and we are a year-long course. And I feel string ensembles, like we learn a lot from each other, and we share the skills and support each other.
that's great. Thank you. All right, so I think this is a really practical question. What advice can you give to students who are trying, kind of like struggling to figure out how to fit the arts in their schedule? You know, who want to take art or band or choir or whatever, dance, like during the school day. What advice do you have for them? Like, how did you guys make room for that? Because you all named a lot of classes. So go ahead, Nora.
Okay. So one of the things, if you're a freshman, definitely, and you haven't taken your required courses, definitely get your required classes out of the way. If you it's the beginning of the semester this year, so if you can switch maybe into like a business class that you have to take, but definitely get those courses out of the way for at least your sophomore year, because then your junior and senior year, you have more opportunities to be involved in choir and theater and whatever other fine arts classes you want. And I think it's also a way to get those in is to take advantage of the things that are before and after school. Like, I love choir and I love to sing, but I actually haven't taken any choir, like academic choir classes at Carmel, because I was able to be involved in cadence and parkway and liturgical, which are also classes, and you get credits, you get honors credits for them. So it is a GPA booster. So, and I know that there's classes like Orchesis that also do the same thing. So definitely look into and take advantage of those classes that aren't during the school day. So.
Anybody else want to speak to that? Go ahead, Hannah. We haven't heard much from you. Thank you.
So I would, like she said, definitely take your required classes at the beginning of the year, freshman, sophomore, because you may find a class that you really like photography 1. And then you're in your senior year, you can't take photography 2 or 3 next year because you're not there anymore. So definitely get that done as soon as possible, so then you can look into further different fine arts classes and find out what you like.
That's a great point, because if you find something that you love, you want to still have time to take more of it. So that's an excellent point. Thank you. Go ahead, Eva.
I definitely agree with that also, but I would also say if you have to, sacrifice your classes when you're a freshman or a sophomore, because for me, I skipped out on band when I was a sophomore, and that made it so I could take band junior year and senior year when I'm closer with people. And so I feel like that just made it a lot better that I don't have to skip out on band senior year.
Nice.
I personally took choir every semester. I don't really know how I did that,
It
but
was a miracle.
yeah, it's just because that is like my biggest passion, and I like always wanted to fit it into my schedule. I know my co-president, she took summer classes, so she could also fit it into her schedule. But that is also a great option because you meet a lot of people that way, and yeah.
Great, thank you.
I definitely agree with those, and I would also recommend that you plan ahead what you want to do in like your junior and senior year. Obviously, you don't have to know like exactly what you want to take, but just make sure you find a few classes that you want to take and just ask your counselor and just be confident with it. I know it might seem scary, but if you ask them, then that'll give you a better chance of getting into the classes that you want to take. I remember in sophomore year, I asked my counselor if I could take drawing and painting 1, and I was kind of scared because I hadn't taken an art class in a while, but I'm so glad I did that because it was only offered every other year, and I was lucky enough to take it in my junior year, and now I'm taking AP Studio Art, which I probably wouldn't be able to do if I didn't take that class.
Yay. That's great answers. Thanks for your answers. Okay, so this is kind of our final question, and you're all going to get a chance to answer this one, so you have a moment to think. So, can you describe one fine arts class that really stood out to you and why? Like, why was it the one that you're like, you'll look back and be really glad that you did it?
For me personally, I really like taking stagecraft honors. You do have to take like the first stagecraft class in order to do it, but I really like that class because it really gave me like creative like freedom to do whatever I wanted. I feel like Mr. Moses really like made that class perfect for people who wanted to express themselves artistically in a way that they can that's in the school day. And you didn't really have to be good at one certain thing for you to find something that you loved doing in that class. And I just really liked the freedom that it gave me to do whatever I wanted, like creative-wise.
That's awesome. All right, you're all answering, so go ahead and pass it around. Hannah, would you mind standing? Thank you.
I really, really, really enjoyed photography 1 because it's manual film. So you're learning how to use an older camera. It's not digital. It's all brand new. There's all kinds of elements. You have to compose your picture. You have to use chemicals to make the picture pop, and you have to figure out which pictures you want to do. And it encompasses all of this, and it's just opened my eyes, really. I'm excited for college, so I can hopefully bring that into what I want to do in the future. And I thought it was a lot of fun, and I think other people can have fun doing it too.
Awesome.
So although jazz ensemble is my favorite class, I think marching band has given me like the best experience at Carmel in general, just because you get to go to summer camp and like meet new people, and then through the whole semester you're going outside every day and like marching on the field, which is really fun, and you get to participate in every football game. And like I know there's stereotypes about like band kids or whatever, but it is like so much fun. It's so fulfilling to put like a show like out on the field, and even if like not that many people cheer or whatever, like when you get your moves right and you play everything right, it is like so fulfilling just to have that like group doing that. So yeah, I've just met my best friends through that, and it's just a really fun experience. So yeah.
Awesome.
I'm very similar to Ava. It's just I really loved taking on honors drama. I took it multiple times. It's a class you can retake because they always kind of switch up the curriculum. But I also had a bunch of different teachers. We went through several teachers, which was really cool for me to see how different people work and think. And I also got to meet a lot of people, and I feel like in drama, it's a place where you can really learn empathy, and you can really tap into emotions and seeing how you feel and how other people feel, which is a life skill, being able to relate to other people and be welcoming and kind and open. And I feel like though theater kids kind of have a stereotype, it's really the most welcoming place ever. I always feel like when I walk through the drama classroom doors, I'm at home and I really love it here. And I also felt like this is a place that allowed me to grow because I'm gonna major in acting and minor in music performance, and I don't know if I would have had the courage, because there's a lot of stigma around majoring in a performing art or a fine art, and I don't know if I would have had the courage to follow my dreams and passions if I didn't have a really amazing support system with the people that I met in drama and choir too. So
Awesome. Who wants to take this next? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, treble and advanced have just been amazing. Obviously, Mrs. Hawk is a great teacher, and she's not only like an amazing teacher, but she's always there to listen. I met some of my best friends in choir. Mrs. Hawk can vouch that I don't particularly love sight reading, but my skills have grown in that, and it is very helpful. She's taught me a lot about how to use my voice correctly. And like Nora was saying, it's just like such a community. Any fine arts class you take, you're going to be welcomed there. And if you have the slightest interest in any fine arts, just do it, because we're going to welcome you, and I can almost guarantee that you'll love it. It's just so fun. It's the best part of my day. So.
So one of my favorite Carmel dance experiences was last semester when I was a dance leader for beginning dance. Not only because I got like amazing mentorship from Mrs. O'Keefe and I got to learn like that aspect of dance, like the teaching side, but just because I got to see the progression of all these new dancers who have never taken a dance class before, both boys and girls, freshmen through seniors. It's just such a collaborative class. And it really shows that you can take dance at Carmel if you've never taken it before. It's seriously so fun. We do our hip hop pep rally, which is like your first performance. Nora was in my class. It was amazing. But it was just such a joy to see that progression. And like Claire said, I think just taking that chance to do something that you've never done before can be super beneficial and introduce you to a whole new group of people that have the same interests as you.
Okay, so my favorite fine arts class that I've taken at Carmel is Graphic Design 2. You have to take Graphic Design 1, UCP to take Graphic Design 2 honors. But my favorite part of it was we got to like obviously learn more about the Adobe software, and every project you do, you get to have like a tangible object come out of it, and then we have a art show at the end of the year where you get to sell your products, and you get to keep the money that you make. And it was really an awesome experience for me because it kind of like it was really rewarding because people bought your designs, and it kind of just like solidified how much I love graphic design. And it was a really cool experience. I actually have an example of a t-shirt I designed in that class. Yeah, graphic design 2 is pretty awesome. Yeah, sure, you can hold it. That's like the best part, is actually like seeing your ideas from, your sketch on paper to the, physical object is like so rewarding. Yes, nature is rad.
Very cool.
So if you can fit it into your schedule, I mean, all these fine arts classes, the best. It's it's a good break from using that analytical brain during the day, than going to any of these classes and having like a creative break. It's really important.
Yeah, one class that I would say kind of meant a lot to me was my drawing and painting honors class. It was really one of the first classes that made me go out of my comfort zone, which is something I definitely am not good at, but I'm so glad that it pushed me to like test my limits and try out new mediums, because it really showed me that you can really do anything with art. And even if you're not the best in terms of like technique, or you're not the most confident, it's fine, because everything you make is yours. And even though that class was a little inconvenient because it was on Zoom for like half of the year, my teacher was really supportive, and she always made sure that we were having a good time.
That's awesome. Anybody else want to go?
For me, I love to playing string ensemble at Carmel, which is like we have before a school meeting, and which give me the energy for the day. Also, we have the beginning violin and viola for next year, which is the meeting is during the day, and that for student has no experience on instruments, and we have we will learn about note reading, compositions, and ensemble playing. Yeah, we are, and then after that, you can join in the string ensemble.
Great. Anybody else? Did everybody go? Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for coming. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Thank our CDN team. Thanks so much for being here to video us. Thank Mr. Barger, Mrs. O'Keefe, and Mr. Tim, who just helped out with sound and everything too. And thank you guys. Like, your answers as a teacher of the arts, like, just kind of made my heart happy to just hear about all your really great experiences. And honestly, like, we just want everybody at Carmel to be able to have those experiences. So please know that the Fine Arts Wing, like, our doors are always open. If you have questions about what's possible for you next year, come see any one of the arts teachers. If we're not the person to help you, we'll get you in the right place. And we'll give you all the information we can about, possibilities in our department. Thanks so much, everybody. I think we're going to sign off for today.